Hi guys, Beth here. So today I thought I'd come to you with a project that I've been wanting to do, and I kind of have been doing it like last year and this year, but I didn't post a video about it. So like you probably see in the title, it's No Pan Left Behind. And yeah, so last year a lot of the palettes that I worked on I put in for No Pan Left Behind, but I don't think I have them all. I'm just gonna go over the ones that I did write down. And it's not a lot from last year, but this year I started out also doing it. So I'm gonna go over the ones that I have got No Pan Left Behind so far this year and the ones that I'm still working on. So it's kind of like a closure to last year and then a beginning to this year and a continuation for this year. So I hope that makes sense. The first palette that I wanted to talk to you guys about is my Sweet Shop Cherry on Top palette. Now this palette, like, I don't know, it's kind of special to me. I ordered it when I was in Cancun. It was the first trip I had taken in so many years, and my family and I, we all went together, and I ordered it while I was on vacation. I couldn't find it in TJ Maxx. I know that the Sweet Shop had gone on sale and everybody was finding it at TJ Maxx. I couldn't find it, so what I did was I bought it on Mercari. And last year, I got No Pan Left Behind on it. Here's the palette, what it looks like. And recently for this, and this was like last February that I got No Pan Left Behind on it. And this year I've been using it again for No Pan Left Behind. I totally forgot that I did it last year. It's just like the perfect February palette for Valentine's Day, and you know, so I thought I would share that with you guys. And this year, I'm almost close to No Pan Left Behind. Let me find it really quick on my spreadsheet. I did draw out like all the palettes so that way I can keep track. Okay, yeah, so I have one, I think, shade that I haven't used yet. I used one last night, which was, actually I used all three of these shimmers last night. I've been using this all over the lid. And the only one that I have left is Wild Cherry, which I plan to use hopefully this week. And yeah, so I'll get No Pan Left Behind last year and this year in this palette. So it's getting some love in February. But once I've got No Pan Left Behind, I am going to tuck it away for the other palettes to, you know, so I can use them as well, plus my Pan That palette. I do have my Pan That palette in this project because I consider it No Pan Left Behind since I'm using all of them. But let's get back to last year. So that was the first palette I got No Pan Left Behind on. The next one is Run Ready Berry Bliss. What? Okay, yeah, Run Ready Berry Bliss. I also put in face palettes in this project. I also put in lip palettes. And this is a lip palette by e.l.f. And I really do like it. It's a 6-pan, and you can see I got good use out of it, and this was last year. I used all of them at least one time, and a few of them a couple more last year, and it was also in my lip service project pan for No Pan Left Behind. I need to update the lip service project pan, but I use this. I would love to continue using it, but I have a lot of lip products, so I'm gonna put it aside for now. The next one that I did get No Pan Left Behind on is another Sweet Shop. It's the Cotton Candy palette, and I forgot to get it, so let me go grab that real quick. Okay guys, so here is the palette. I think I'm a little crooked. Let me fix this. Sorry about that. Here is the palette, the Cotton Candy Sweet Shop palette. I was able to purchase this. I did purchase it on BH Cosmetics website before it went out. It came with a broken eyeshadow, so that's why that looks like that. But I also used this in February. So this is another beautiful February kind of palette for Valentine's Day. I love it. So I got No Pan Left Behind on that one. The next one was the Too Faced Tooth Fame. I think that's how you say it, F-A-M-M-E, and I have that one right here. I'm pretty sure I found it. Yeah, I did find it. It's right here. This one is just so beautiful with the butterflies. And yeah, here we go. This is what it looks like. This one, I did not write down what month I used it up as a No Pan Left Behind. So sometime last year, I did get No Pan Left Behind on it. And if it was in a project, I don't remember what project it was in. So there's that one. I think it's such a beautiful palette. So there is that. The next one was the Carly Bible palette, which is like kind of old. Another BH Cosmetics. I did good on BH Cosmetics last year. Here we go. This is the deluxe edition. I used every single shade in this palette. And yeah, I still enjoy it. And they seem to work for me still, so I'm still using it. The next, the last one actually for last year that I wrote down, and I should get my Pan That palette. I will get that Pan That palette right now, actually. Second to last then is my Comfort Zone. I want to say this was in 50 Shades of Green. So when we did the green for the year before, I think that's when it was, I pulled this palette and my goal was to use every one. And then I also hit pan in a couple of shades last year. So these two here, this one was previous pan. This is a gorgeous palette as well. I'm kind of tempted to buy the new one, even though I have the old one still. But yeah, let me grab that Pan That palette. Last year, 2003 and 2022, my Pan That palette was the Pineapple of My Eye palette by Tarte. And here is what I used, like all pans here. One I had finished up in 22, and then 23, I used the bronzer and the blush that was left over. This is another pretty palette for like February, I think. I could have totally used this month. I mean, I still have time. But yeah, so I finished up a lot of pans in the last 2 years. And then I had used every single shade in this palette last year that was there. And that was it. There is like one palette I'm gonna share with you real quick that's rolling over from last year. Well, there's a couple. It's in my 50 Shades of Yellow or Gold. Let me share that one with you. I did get this year No Pan Left Behind on this palette here. This is the Funko Evil Queen palette. I just recently used up the last two. So there's a video and I'm like pointing at two of them. I think it was these two that I had left to use. Well, I used it like the next day. So I have no pan left behind on this. So it's kind of a spoiler for 50 Shades of Yellow or Gold. But yes, I got no pan left behind on Evil Queen. And for my Panner's Pan, I have this in for Monica. I'll have her link down below. She's a panner as well. And I think she panned this 1 year, so I put it in for her for no pan left behind. I haven't got no pan left behind yet this year, so this is the first one I'm going to talk about that I still need to get no pan left behind. But since my Better Together palette is Not Your Basic Peach, which is supposed to be like a dupe for that one, I'm using mine Better Together a little bit more. But oh, that Carly Bible palette was for Jessica Lee. I forgot to mention that. This was in for Jessica Lee in the Panner's Pan. And then I forgot another one. I'll go grab that one too. There's two I forgot. I'm looking back and I'm like, oh, I didn't draw these because I'm not working on them right now. I worked on them last year. Where is my friend Monica's? Oh, here it is. Okay, so Monica Adriana, she just got married, I think the end of last year. She's so beautiful. And yeah, so I still have, let me show you the eyeshadows I still gotta use. I still have for Monica these two shades here. It's Georgia and Cobbler, so these two. And then I have this whole row, so just Peachy, Candied Peach, and Caramelized I have to use, so all these three. And then I have another row, Tempting, Peach Pit, and Summer Yum. So I have this row to go. So I am still working on this for this year, and it still smells like candy peach. So I'm still working on this. I'll just set it aside for right now. The next one that is in the Panner's pan, let's just go with that, is for Kim, Teacher Loves Beauty. This is the Natasha Denona Cupid palette. She had it in a project, I can't remember which one, but mine is to use each shade 5 times and no pan left behind. No, goal is to use it 5 times and get no pan left behind. So whichever comes first. Oh, wait a second, that doesn't make sense. Okay, so yeah. So I still have this in the project, no pan left behind. And then last year, I forgot to mention this last year, I had this in for King Hussy, and I totally forgot, you guys. This is the Kisses Special Dark Chocolate Palette by Glamlight, and I hate the way this opens. It's kind of like hard to open. It's so funny. Oh, the plastic fell. There it is. I used every shade for King Hussy last year. And then I have, okay, so for Chic Geek, you guys, I do not know her first name. Let me know in the comments if you know Chic Geek's first name. I haven't heard it in a video, but for Chic Geek last year, I put in the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and I did get no pan left behind on every single shadow for Chic Geek. I love her channel. She's so sweet. But yeah, I got no pan left behind on that one last year. And let's see, another one, let's see, I think, so I'm still working on Monica's, Monica Adriana. Okay, so for the Panner's pan, I have Laura Force in here. And for hers, it is the Sailor Moon palette right here. And I think she was like using it for a project at one point. Sorry, my thing's about to fall. I'm trying to hold stuff from falling. But yeah, so here is that one. And it is in this project right now, this year. I haven't used any yet. So this is for this year. Sorry, it's all mixed up now, you guys. Okay, let's go to my Pan Up palettes. This year, my Better Together palette. I have it on my eyes today. And this is what it looks like. Not your basic peach. Sorry about the spoiler. I just hit pan today though, like on this little orangey crease. If you follow me on Instagram, I mentioned it, but I don't think you could see it like through the packaging. So there it is. You can see it now. It's like right there, the little dot of pan. So I already got no pan left behind on this because it's my Better Together. Today was the day that I got no pan left behind because I hadn't used this blue yet, or teal color, and now I have. So I'm very excited to have no pan left behind finally on this little palette I've been using for 2 months. And then my Pan That palette, it's the Bite Size Project Pan. So I definitely got no pan left behind on this like early in January. It's just for eyeshadows, and that's what it is looking like right now. And sorry about the spoilers. I also have in for the Panner's pan is the Natasha Denona Cupid Cheek Duo, and I have got no pan left behind on this duo. So anything 2 or more, I'm considering, you know, for no pan left behind because they're not singles. And I have this in for, I'm sorry, it's for Steph Lyons, you guys. So I already got no pan left behind on this one. So another one I forgot about that I actually got no pan left behind on. So I'm actually, let me move these over here so we could go through, we'll do a recap of all the no pan left behind I did last year. And then for this year, another face palette is my Pan That palette face palette. It's Glucosa's Duo in Papaya 1972. And this is what it's looking like. I do have no pan left behind. I've used both. I've also got this in a project in my Partners in Cream, and I already got no pan left behind. This is the Bronzed Pink Beige palette by e.l.f. And it's a cream blush and contour or bronzer. And I've got no pan left behind on that one. I also got no pan left behind on this Too Faced Christmas in Rome palette. This is really unexpected. I guess I just like saw it there and I'm like, I gotta use that. So I pulled it out and I used it for no reason. It's not in like the panner's pan or anything like that. But here are the shades. I used all of them at least once. A few of them I used more than once. And I did mix a couple because this one is kind of light for my skin tone. I mixed it, I believe I mixed it with like this one or this one. I can't remember, but I did get no pan left behind in this palette. It still looks pretty unused though, so that's the only thing that's I'm kind of like, oh, it looks unused. But that was for this year's no pan left behind. I got so far with my other cheek duos and my eyeshadow palettes. That's 5 palettes, and then let's see. Do I have no pan left? Oh yes, I have an eyebrow kit. So this is the Ioni Perfect Brow Mini Kit. I have no pan left behind in this one. So far this year, total palettes, I have 6 that I've got no pan left behind. They're not all eyeshadow, they're face palettes, and then the brow kit as well. And then so far I'm still working on these 2. But I do have a few more that I'm working on that I'm going to go over right now with you that I just pulled in because I needed to work on them. Oh, and then I'm working on also this one here, the Sailor Moon for Laura Force. So there's 3. Okay, for my 50 Shades of Yellow or Gold, I'm working on the Teddy Bear palette still. Here is what it looks like. And I'm going to go over real quick which eyeshadows I need to use, because that's in my 50 Shades. Okay, so for this palette, on the top row, I still need these 2 here. And then I need these 2 here. And then the bottom row, I need like, looks like 4 in a row. So these 4, all 4 of these. From here, this one, that one, and that one. I've used this one, and then I need to use this one. So I still have quite a bit to go on this one, but it's looking up. I'm thinking about using it soon. The next one I have, and I don't know if I marked this one. So let me look for my no pan left behind pages. That goes with those. Let's see. Yeah, I did mark it. Okay, so this is a Too Faced Razzle Dazzle Berry eyeshadow palette. I've only used 1 shade in it here this year, but I do want to get no pan left behind on it. I've used this one here. It's like a really creamy shade. It's just gorgeous, and yeah, so I have all the rest to use. So there's that. And then let's see, I've gone over all those. Too Faced Teddy Bear. Okay, the Pat McGrath's Mothership palette. I did do a get ready with me, so now it's in my no pan left behind project. Here it is. My husband bought it for me for Christmas with a few other Pat McGrath palettes. And here is what it looks like. I'm gonna hold it the other way so I can show you which ones I did use. So I have marked that I used these 2 and that I used this one here, which I don't think I did. I don't know, you guys. Maybe, no, you know what? Maybe it was this side. I think it's this side. I used these 2 and then I used this one here. So I'm all turned around. I might just go over and try to use them all over again, even the ones I already used, and just use them all again just to make sure I do get no pan left behind. So there's that. That's the Mothership 1 palette. It comes in this pretty packaging. I did do one with the Sublime 2 palette. However, or Subliminal, Mothership Subliminal 2, I did do one, and it was a get ready with me, but I deleted the footage and all that, and I don't remember what eyeshadows I used. So this will be in a project. The other one will be in in no pan left behind. I was thinking like quarterly updates, like every 3 months is good. So this is just coming like a month early. So like in a few months, 2 or 3 months, I'll do another update. Maybe I'll do it bi-monthly. We'll see. The next one is my Violet Voss Sunset palette. I just used 1 shade in this one as well, kind of like the Razzle Dazzle. I was just reaching for certain colored eyeshadows. a couple of days. So this one, I have this purple that I used, and the rest I still gotta use. So that is in No Pan Left Behind. And then I have the Beauty Creations Alicia palette. This is a huge palette. It's 5 by 7, so 35 eyeshadow palette. And I've only used 2 eyeshadows in it. So the 2 that I used were two pinks. So I think it was this pink here and this pink here. So I used that like in my crease, and I used this like on the outer V, I believe. So I've only used 2. So I think I used this maybe the end of January this month. Or no, last month, I mean. Yeah, because we're in February. So I had used that then, and I plan to use all of them still. And I want to say that's it. I did buy, and I haven't hauled it yet, but I will haul it soon, is a Lost in Love palette from ColourPop, and I bought the sponge, I bought some lippies. I want to share it with you guys, but I have so much that I need a haul. And I did use this palette on the day of, I filmed a video and I deleted that one to you guys. I do it a lot where I film Get Ready With Me, so then I don't post them. So I used Dibs, which is this pink here. And I also used the Better With You. And this was on game day, on the day of the Super Bowl. I wore these eyeshadows. And I want to say I used Just Us, which is like a deep pink. And I can't remember what else. But those are the 3 that look like I used them. But I will just do No Pan Left Behind on all of them over again so I can mark it. But this is going to be in. Okay, so let's do the recap, you guys, for last year and this year. So last year I used the Jaclyn Hill palette, the Carly Bible palette. I used the Cotton Candy palette, and I got No Pan Left Behind. I used the Cherry on Top palette. I got No Pan Left Behind on all of these. This was my Pan That palette, the Pineapple of My Eye. I used the Funko Evil Queen palette. I used the Kiss Special Dark Chocolate Glam Light palette. I used, let me put these down before I drop them. I used the Run Ready Berry Bliss palette. It's a lip palette. Then I used the Cupid Duo by Natasha Denona, the Too Fame by Too Faced, and I used the Comfort Zone last year. So that is, out of eyeshadow palettes, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 palettes. Not bad. This year, maybe I'll try to go for 15. We'll see. Because I do have a lot of eyeshadow palettes I want to try to use. So far this year, let's go over the face palettes first. To me, like, the eyeshadows, I know is everybody likes more, so let's just say the face ones first. I have the e.l.f. Bronze. I already got No Pan Left Behind. The Kosas Papaya 1972. This is the Christmas in Rome palette. I already got No Pan Left Behind on that. The Eyebrow Kit by Ione. Perfect brow kit. It is perfect. I love it. And this year I have also got, these are the eyeshadows, now my Pan That palettes. The Valley Girl palette by LA Colors. And the Not Your Basic Peach by Wet n Wild. And that is it. So I am still working on this year the Pat McGrath Mothership Subliminal 1, the Alicia palette by Beauty Creations. It's like the Alice in Wonderland one. Then I am working on the Violet Voss Sunset palette, Razzle Dazzle Berry palette by Too Faced, the Teddy Bear palette by Too Faced. I am working on the Sailor Moon palette by ColourPop. the Natasha Denona Cupid palette. I am working on the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. And last but not least, the ColourPop Lost in Love palette. And I do want to say, let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's pull in one more for right now. So the one that I filmed the other video, the other Get Ready With Me I deleted, is this one. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership 2 Subliminal Palette. Sublime palette, sorry, not subliminal, Sublime. And here is what it's looking like. I could open it. And I am pretty sure I used this eyeshadow. And then I think I used like this eyeshadow here. And maybe this one right here. But I'm gonna do No Pan Left Behind on it. I'm gonna add it to my sheet. And they will all be drawn out so I can check them off as I go. And that is it, you guys. If you watch this video, thank you so much for making it to the end. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to see my updates, subscribe. I like to do panning videos and some hauls. I try not to do hauls that often, but I mean, I'm only human and I love makeup, so I buy makeup. And that is it, you guys. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.